Electric water heater not working? This is Plumbing 101. We're going to talk about it right now. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I've been plumbing over 38 years, and I have every master endorsement in the state of Texas. On this channel, I'm teaching you everything you need to know about plumbing. If you haven't been here before, please subscribe so you don't miss anything. In this video, we're going to talk about an electric water heater and why they may not work. And I'm going to make this really easy. The very first thing you need to do is check your breaker. Because if you don't have power going to the electric water heater, it's not going to work. You're not going to have any power, any hot water, anything at all at your water heater. So the very first thing that you want to do, and this is part of diagnosing an electric water heater, check your breaker first. So the water heater not working, power is your biggest deal when it comes to the electric water heater. We're going to look at the thermostats, the elements, the dip tube, the drain, things like that. But check your power first. Chances are that's your problem, and that can help you resolve everything right there. So guys, as you see, I've got a Bradford White Cutaway electric water heater. First of all, I want to say thanks to Bradford White for cutting one open for me so I can show you the inside of it. Now, what we have here is we've got a dual thermostat, dual heating element electric water heater. So I'm going to open these up so we can look at the thermostats and the elements, because normally that's what goes wrong on a water heater. As we checked earlier, we made sure that we had power, which here in the shop we don't, but you're going to check it first up top to make sure you have power, then you're going to check it down below. And I'm not going to go into all that. I'm not going to go through all the testing procedures. Basically, I want to show you where the elements are, where the thermostats are, and how to take them loose in case you have to change them. Then I'm going to show you what's inside the water heater. So inside the water heater, you know, you've got an element right down here. You've got the element here. Just like a gas water heater, you've got the anode rod that you'll probably want to change out after about a year. And you also have the cold water dip tube. Now, what I like about these on the Bradford White is the cold water dip tube has the jets on the bottom that help push the water out to keep it clean. And the anode rod, the very top of it, is where the hot water goes out. These are a couple of things that I really do like about these water heaters, and I think they probably make them last a little bit longer. Okay, so guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the panel on this. That way we can get in to where the thermostat and the heating element are. And all we've got to do in this Bradford White is literally remove one screw, set it out of the way, and then open it up. And as you see, we've got a cover plate here protecting it. Now, one other thing that I will tell you, I told you earlier about the breaker, always check it. Always check the reset button right here. Sometimes that reset button can trip and shut everything down. So always check the reset button. If you can press it in and hear it click, chances are that may be part of the problem. So I'm gonna reach in here and pull this cover off here, but remember that reset button right here, if it's tripped out, that could be killing the power to your water heater. Now you can see we've got the element and we've got the thermostat right here. Now these are the two things you want to check. And I'm not going to go through all the testing procedures today, but there's different ways that you can check it. But the main thing is you want to make sure you're getting power down here and you're getting power down here. To change out the thermostat, literally there's just a couple of clips. So once you take off the wiring, it literally unsnaps, you pull it out and put the new one in. The heating element is a little different. These actually screw in, so once you undo the wires, there's a wrench that you put on, you unscrew it to slide the element out. When you get to this point, once you start changing out parts, make sure you go back to your panel, you turn off the breaker, or you disconnect the water heater, whatever it is, however yours is installed, whatever's the best thing and the safest thing for you to do, that's what you want to make sure you do. As a plumber, I always go turn off the breaker and I come back and I check it here with a voltmeter to make sure there is no power getting to the water heater. If you've got to change out your element, chances are you may want to hook up a hose and drain it down, because remember, this is full of water. So you're going to close off your valve up top, drain it down, maybe even open the pop-off assembly to let some air get in there. That way you can drain the water down so that whenever you pull out this heating element, it will not be full of water. Now, I'm not going to undo the bottom one. It's about the same. Actually, you've got another element down there and you have another thermostat down there. You've got wires that actually go from this top thermostat all the way down to the bottom one to listen to it and talk to it and tell it when it needs that lower element to kick on. So, like I told you, to change out the thermostat's really easy. You undo the wiring and you've got 2 clips right there, so your thermostat comes right out. Now, to change the element is about the same. First of all, you disconnect the wires. And you want to make sure that when you put the wires back in, they go in like they came out. See how that's got a drip leg? What this is for is if water leaks down, you want it to drip down here and not go into the electronics. And I love that Bradford White actually makes those that way. So to change out the element, like I said, you're going to drain it down first. Then you're going to disconnect the wires, and then you're going to get your element wrench in here on the element. Now, you can use a screwdriver, you can use a pipe wrench, you can use a lot of different things. My element wrench actually has a hole in it, which I like, so that we can literally get it in here and break it loose. Now, this is a brand new water heater, so mine does not have the calcium and magnesium buildup in it. So mine was actually very easy to loosen. But it may take a pipe wrench, it may take some work to get it done. But when you unscrew it, this is what a brand new heating element looks like. And as you see, there's a washer right there that needs to be there to help seal this off. So whenever you pull yours out, it may be covered in calcium and magnesium. It may be broken. There could be a lot of different things wrong with it. But remember, guys, this heating element has power going through it once it's in and hooked up. So the biggest trick and thing to remember on an electric water heater, when you put this back in and wire it back up, fill it with water before you turn your power on. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in, put it in, line it up on your hole, get it where you want, and you're going to have to kind of tilt it back a little bit because to get these threads to line up straight isn't always an easy thing. Tighten it up a little bit so it doesn't leak. So when you put your wires back in, you want to make sure you put them in a way that when you tighten the screw, it tightens up on the wire and pulls it in. So I actually stuck that one in because when I turn the screw to the right, it's going to actually try to pull that wire in as it tightens down on it instead of trying to push it out. And again, I make sure that I've got the drip leg down there on it in case there ever is a leak on top and water comes down this wire. I don't want it on the electronics, I want it out here in the insulation. Believe it or not, guys, that's how easy it is to change out a heating element. Now, we know that we've got another thermostat and heating element down here, and to be honest, if I'm shutting down this water heater and draining it down, I'm going to go ahead and change out all the electronics to make sure that I don't have any more problems with this in the future. Now, putting everything back together, you just line your cover up, put the clips right here on the bottom where they go, push it in up top, it locks in, and you've got everything covered nice and safely so that when you put your insulation back in, it's all ready to go back together. Once again, I want to say thank you to the people at Bradford White for opening up this water here where I can show you what's on the inside. The element that we just changed out is right here. We know we've got another one down here on the bottom. And like I showed you earlier, your cold water dip tube and your anode rod. Now, this is another thing too. Depending on the age of the water heater, you might think about changing your anode rod at this point. If you're going to drain it down, it's not going to hurt to go ahead and do it. You've seen a lot today. I've showed you how to check up top, right here your wires to see if you've got power to your water heater, check your breaker, the reset button, the thermostats, the element, the dip tube, the magnesium rod, the drain valve on the bottom. Guys, there's certain things that you need to go through and look at, but these might let you know what's wrong with your water heater and why you're not getting hot water. If you've had to rebuild a water heater before, please leave us a comment down below and let us know what it was you had to do. And if you want to know how to do some other things to your water heaters, check out some of these other videos where we show you how to flush them, how to clean them, and do different things. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the Expert Plumber, and we'll see you on the next video if you don't get flushed.